This Rolls-Royce is basically a five-star hotel on wheels. In a world where luxury often stops at the front door of a mansion, there exists a creation that refuses to stay still. It doesn't just drive. It glides. It doesn't just take you places. It turns every single journey into a grand cinematic experience, one so indulgent it could easily rival the suites of the world's most exclusive hotels. This is the Rolls-Royce that isn't just a car. It's a five-star hotel on wheels. And once you step inside, there's no going back to ordinary. The first glimpse. The first time you see it, you don't simply notice the Rolls-Royce. You feel it. The polished chrome catches the sunlight like a blade's edge. The spirit of ecstasy, that iconic figurehead, leans forward at the prow of the hood, silent, poised, almost daring the world to try and match its presence. But it's the proportions that really stop you. The elongated body doesn't shout, it whispers confidence. The design doesn't try to keep up with trends, it sets them decades ahead. Every curve is carved with precision, every line a deliberate stroke of elegance. For most cars, the thrill is in driving. For this Rolls-Royce, the thrill begins before you even touch the door handle. And then you notice the quiet. Even in the chaos of the city, the space around it feels still, like the world itself pauses to admire. Pedestrians slow their steps, necks subtly turning, conversations breaking mid-sentence. It doesn't demand attention, it commands it. And in that moment, you realize you're not just looking at a car. You're standing in the presence of a moving masterpiece. Crossing the threshold. The door doesn't simply swing open. It glides outward with a weight and precision that feels ceremonial, as if granting you entry to something sacred. A deep, satisfying thunk, a subtle sigh of air, and in an instant, the outside world ceases to exist. The first thing that strikes you is the silence. Rolls-Royce engineers haven't just reduced noise, they've mastered it. This is not mere quiet, it's the kind of stillness found in the lobby of an exclusive hotel at midnight. You could hear your heartbeat. You could hear the faint brush of your sleeve against the seat. Even the ticking of your own watch feels louder here. Then comes the scent, an intoxicating fusion of freshly tanned leather, polished walnut, and a barely there hint of something ethereal, like rain against stone in the courtyard of a grand palace. You lower yourself into the seat, and the leather doesn't just cradle you, it embraces you. It's warm, supple, alive, shaped by the hands of craftsmen who have devoted decades to their art. Each stitch is not just precise. It's perfect, a quiet testament to patience. Beneath your feet, the lambswool carpets are so luxuriously deep, your shoes sink in as if they're stepping into a cloud. Above, the headliner glimmers with thousands of tiny fiber optic lights, creating your own starlit sky. They twinkle when you breathe, as if the universe is keeping you company. Your fingertips find cool metal accents, each polished to a mirror sheen. There is no plastic here, only glass, wood, and steel, each surface a whisper of refinement. A gentle press of a button, and the cabin begins to cocoon you further, blinds sliding shut, lighting dimming to a golden glow, and the seat subtly adjusting to your body's contours until you feel weightless. Somewhere deep within the car, you hear the faint hum of climate control, not as air, but as a perfectly curated atmosphere. The temperature is not simply set, it's sculpted around you. A crystal decanter waits in its leather cradle, alongside glasses that ring with a perfect note when touched. You're offered champagne, not because you need it, but because here, indulgence is the default. As you close your eyes, you realize this is not transportation. This is a destination. This is not just a car. This is your private five-star suite, moving effortlessly through the world while keeping the chaos outside the glass. A world built for you. Everything in this Rolls-Royce feels like it was made for you, and only you. At the touch of a button, a folding walnut table glides out from the side panel. Beside it, a leather-bound compartment opens, revealing a crystal decanter and glasses. Not the kind you buy in a store, but the kind that's been hand-cut, each one unique. The climate system doesn't just cool or heat the cabin. It reads the environment, subtly adjusting humidity, fragrance, and temperature to ensure you are always at your perfect comfort level. The seats, more like first-class airline pods, heated, cooled, and capable of massaging you until you forget you've been on the road for hours. Even the footrests are electrically adjustable. Hidden behind a sliding panel, a chilled compartment waits with champagne, ready for celebrations or simply for making Tuesday feel like a weekend. The art of the drive. And then there's the way it moves. The driver, if you're not the one driving, doesn't steer so much as guide the Rolls-Royce. The steering wheel is feather-light, the engine silent even when you press your foot down. You don't hear it, you feel it, like the deep, steady heartbeat of a sleeping giant. Every bump, every imperfection in the road is swallowed whole by the air suspension, leaving only the sensation of floating. It's not a metaphor, it's a reality. If luxury hotels boast about their turn-down service, Rolls-Royce has its own. The moment the journey starts, stress turns down to zero. Technology in disguise. The genius of this 5-star hotel on wheels isn't in flashy screens or buttons everywhere. It's in technology that hides in plain sight. Need to work. A hidden workstation folds out, complete with wireless charging and discrete storage for documents. Need entertainment? Twin high-resolution displays rise from behind the front seats, streaming anything from the latest films to live stock market data. Because, well, Rolls-Royce owners have to keep an eye on their empires. Need to set the mood. The ambient lighting shifts in color and intensity. The sound system, tuned by audiophiles, envelops you in a concert hall experience, even if you're listening to the soft patter of rain. The emotional experience. But here's what truly makes it a hotel on wheels: the feeling. You don't just ride in a Rolls-Royce, you're carried. There's a quiet dignity to it, like being in a private yacht cutting through still waters. It creates an invisible bubble around you, separating you from the chaos outside. It's the peace you feel after a long flight when you step into a luxury suite. It's the comfort of knowing every detail, every stitch, every panel, every sound was crafted to serve you. Even when the car stops, you don't feel like you've arrived. You feel like you've been living in motion. Priceless, and yet with a price. Of course, all of this comes at a price, a staggering one. A fully optioned Rolls-Royce like this can soar into the 7-figure range. And yet, to those who own it, it's not about the money. It's about the statement. It's about the ritual of travel. It's about turning every mundane commute into a memory. For them, this isn't buying a car. It's buying a lifestyle, one that blends the grandeur of a 5-star hotel with the freedom of the open road. The legacy. Rolls-Royce has been crafting cars for more than a century, but this particular creation feels like the culmination of everything the brand has ever stood for: elegance, craftsmanship, and a refusal to compromise. It's not just the materials, it's the hundreds of hours that go into each hand-stitched seam, the engineers who fine-tune the suspension until it feels like silk, the artisans who carve wood panels as if they were creating heirloom furniture. Like the most exclusive hotels, these cars aren't mass-produced, they're curated. Built for the few who understand that true luxury isn't loud, it's quiet, it's personal. Most hotels require you to go to them, but the world's finest hotel, it can come to you. And when it does, it doesn't just take you from point A to point B. It carries you in a cocoon of comfort, a temple of silence, and a sanctuary of style. This is not just a Rolls-Royce. It's not just a car. It's your 5-star hotel on wheels. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's most luxurious ride, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon, because the next journey we take together might just redefine luxury all over again.